All right, we have another Black Series review, and this is the Ahsoka Holocomm. This came from Walmart. I had pre-ordered this, and amazingly, it showed up in a Walmart shipping bag. And so, of course, your box is damaged. Good thing I don't care. But for those people who do, just so you know, Holocomm collection, I think it's a good idea. As far as, we haven't had any translucent figures. We've had no hologram figures in Black Series, so we're finally getting them. But then do we get 5 right away, and not all of them make sense. Do we see Ahsoka like this appear as a hologram? It's possible, and I know they're trying to go with this bounty theme with the bounty pucks and everything. I hope they give up on that and just give us characters that appear in hologram. I don't mind getting more characters that should be in hologram, like a Darth Vader, like a Princess Leia, like Yoda, stuff like that. Characters that appeared as a hologram, that makes sense. But just for Hasbro, just like, you know what, we're going to throw 5 figures out that are just reissues, basically, all in translucent plastic with these pucks, and we'll give those all to you, in a 3-month period. That's a bit much. If you're going to do it, space it out and make them a little bit better. So, once again, we have Ahsoka, which is a reuse of a figure. How many times has this figure been reused? And I'm almost betting they take this mold and repaint it for like the white outfit Ahsoka from the show. She's got her bounty puck, her lightsabers, and her bounty thing. Back just shows it. So let's go ahead and open her up and check it out. So once again, we have the bounty puck here. It's got a little button you press to turn it on. Nice little detailing on it. I mean, the puck is kind of cool. Of course, it's just reused. I grabbed the one that came with my first one I got, which was Mandalorian. It's the only one I have batteries in, so that I can light it up, and we'll see what that looks like. The Ahsoka figure is one that we've had how many times now? They've reused this figure a lot. When it was put out in the Ahsoka line, that made sense. I mean, you wouldn't want to put out a bunch of figures for a show with her in the name and not put her out, and there was no reason to redo it. Of course, now we have Ahsoka the White. That'd be good to have. But, I mean, look at these joints. Don't they look funny in clear plastic? These knee joints here. Kind of looks funny there. I don't know. Daddy. And you have to wonder if there's any savings for Hasbro, because there's no paint apps on this. It's just all the clear blue plastic. And they just make it out of that, so you don't have to do any paint overlays on it or anything. Obviously, there's a little bit of paint on these, but she does come with her 2 lightsabers. Let's get them in her hands here. And the blades actually do come out, which is interesting. It's like, again, I guess if you want to pose her with her lightsabers on her belt, or I guess you can do that, But, oh, I did that wrong. Let's see, we go this way. Got to get her lightsaber going the right way. There we go. So I have a little bit of daylight coming in, but we're going to see how well this works on the light up feature. So let's go ahead and hit that. There we go. And once again, it lights up the bottom, especially since she's got these big baggy pants. It lights that up really well, and then not much gets all the way up here. I mean, if I put my hand up there, there's nothing really hitting my hand from at the very top of her head. Just kind of sad. It kind of takes away from the effect, especially when you look at the back of the box. The back of the box is like, ooh, look, the figure's all glowy, and that doesn't really happen. It was a nice idea by Hasbro to make these light up. And in 3 3/4-inch figures, or when they were a solid piece, it would light up really well. I think back to those Episode 1, the Darth Maul and the Qui-Gon hologram figures that came with a little piece that you put them on. They were a solid piece of plastic, so the light would go all the way through it. Here you've got all these joints and all these parts, and it starts blocking the light, so it doesn't get all the way to the top. So it's an interesting idea, but not the greatest execution. So the Holocomm idea, I like it. I just wish it was a little bit better. In the end, I'd say, unless you really love Ahsoka, or, you don't have any of these, you'd like to get one, I'd say wait for clearance on these. I honestly, unless it's a specific character you want, I haven't found any one of them that was like, oh yeah, these are totally awesome. I think these have been better served as just a solid piece of plastic. And I know that's scary to talk about, but it would have looked better as a solid piece of plastic. And it probably been a lot cheaper, because we don't need all the parts in there to make a hologram. And unfortunately, with all the movable parts and all the articulation we have in Black Series, it takes away from the light moving in through all those different pieces to make it look right. So if I were you, I'd pass on these or not pay full price at least.